What's up, everybody? This is DyanaRozay. Welcome to my channel. I have a commentary and recap for season 5, episode 4, and it was called A Lowdown Dirty Shade, okay? This episode was an absolute 10 out of 10, lies and all, and child, there were many, but I'm going to tell y'all all about it. Go ahead, hit your like, your subscribe, and that notification bell that'll help push me up in the algorithm so that others can find me. And as always, guys, I appreciate every single one of y'all for rocking with me. Let's get started. So you guys, Tisha and Marceau are on their way to visit the property of Scott Manor. They said they go back and visit it every so often. They purchased it in 2019, and they claim that they just switched architects, but they haven't broken ground yet. Tisha's excited. She's under the impression that they're going to be in their dream house in a few short months. And Marceau is telling her, let's be a little more realistic. This is going to take years. Then Tisha tells Marceau that she is going to invest in Wanda's food truck. Marceau said that he's against it. It's a bad business decision. Tisha said, why are you willing to get back in business with Martell after everything he's done, but helping my mama is a problem for you? And Marceau says to Tisha, because Martell is a good guy. So I told you guys in a video I did earlier that Marceau and Tisha want everyone to think that they're on the same page. However, Tisha is still asking Marceau to validate her. And Marceau still isn't doing it, even though he claimed to have almost quit the show because of all the turmoil that was going on in his house. Once he got Tisha together, it was business as usual. And the same is going on in this scene. Tisha wants to still hold a grudge, and Marceau told her to suck it up and meet with Martell because he wants to get back into business with him. So in the next scene, we have Martell and Melnika. Martell is on some land that he's planning on building on. Melnika meets him there. They have some small talk about doing a second wine event, and then Martell fills her in on the rumor that he heard from Destiny, and that Destiny heard from Kimmy, and that Kimmy heard from Melody. The rumor was that they were sleeping together back in the day, and that they're probably still sleeping together now. Melnika gave us this very cute PR response talking about she's never had any issues with Mel and that she would never say anything bad about her. She even said that Melody attended her mother's funeral. She said she understood why she would take it there though, because hurt people hurt people. But she said it's unfair that her husband might hear a rumor that isn't true about a business relationship that's strictly professional. Martell says, well, if he does hear about it, just make sure you remember where the rumor came from. And that was Martell's foul-ass way of throwing Melody under the bus, even though he never talked to her one-on-one to confirm that she actually even said it. But y'all, that doesn't even matter because Martell and Melnika end up telling on each other anyway. Martell says something like, I don't even know how that rumor even started. Because y'all remember last week he said, it happened 14 years ago. I can't even remember that far. Well, Melnika did. She spouted it off like it happened yesterday, okay? She said, I quit as your wedding planner after my assistant told me that you were trying to sleep with her. Then she said Melody got wind of it and she did a pop-up asking which one of y'all want Martell. That's when I quit and had my mom take over. And it wasn't 2 weeks before your wedding. It was months before your wedding. She also said that she told Melody the only person that wants Martell is you. And that must have stung a little bit because then Martell said, if we haven't been sexual since high school, why would we be sexual now? Melnika responds, who cares? Don't you like cheating? You like cheating. I haven't slept with you and don't want to. And these people can't check for who I'm sleeping with. Then Martell fakes like he's offended, but low-key he probably is because then he says, well, didn't you cheat too though? And then he had the nerve to say, you're just like Melody. Now, at the start of the scene, I got the impression they were trying to dispel the rumor. But Martell did not like that Melnika sounded like she was on Mel's side at the beginning. And he told all her damn business, okay? Let's get to the next scene. So if you guys remember, a few weeks before season 4 started, the Scotts went after Melody and her mother pretty bad on social media. It even involved that other Scott brother, okay? Apparently there were these Coke bottles that had Vanessa's name on it and then the Scott last name on it. They paired the bottles together, took a picture of it, and that post started circulating, making it seem like Miss Van was pining away over the other Scott brother. Even Wanda was taking being Wanda way too far on social media. We get a flashback of Miss Vanessa doing an interview, and she's asked, how does she feel about Wanda doing all of these things, saying all these things? And Miss Van says, ignorance can't be explained. Then they talk about the Team Wife shirt that Tisha wore to the Galentine's event to be shady toward Mel. Miss Van ended up posting the picture on her IG. She said she was doing it for advertising and that it was mostly fun shade. Then y'all remember Kimmy saw the pic. I guess she follows Van, and she decided to @ Marceau and say, hey, take a look at this. That's when Marceau and the other Scott brother took it to another level. In confessional, one of the producers asked Mel if she wanted to explain the relationship between the other Scott brother and Marceau. And Melody said no. Next question. And she said it quick, too. And I don't blame her. You don't get to drag my mother and then have me answer a polite question to make you relevant. Anyway, Miss Van said she had nothing to do with those Coke bottles. That was all the other brother. And that he told her his mother said he was going to marry a woman named Vanessa. Then Miss Van said that she was really disappointed with Martell because he knew the truth. And on the reunion stage, he tried to make it into something that it wasn't. Melody said that Martell is siding with the Scotts because he's trying to gain favor. His money is looking funny and he's hoping he can attach his name to somebody else. But we all know the deal with that, okay? Then she brought up Destiny's store event. She said that she would go because she doesn't hate Destiny. She's just in a place where she had to choose herself over the friendship. In the next scene, Martell meets with Tisha to discuss buying back into Skolds. Tisha asks Martell how his ex-mother-in-law is doing, and then she proceeds to tell a story about Van when Van was her employee and supposedly dating her brother-in-law. She even had the nerve to say that Vanessa was trying to be Scott 2.0. And Tisha took this long drive down Petty Lane because she didn't like that Van posted a picture of her with a shirt she was wearing to be funny against Mel. Okay? If I remember correctly, Kimmy said, look at you with your bubblegum colored jeans and your tennis shoes on. But she's wearing the shirt of a woman she has blocked on social media since the first season of the show. Interesting. In confessional, Martell does this real fake song and dance, talking about he doesn't have time for this. He's trying to repair his relationship with Mel and the Scotts for business purposes. And yet, just in the last scene, you threw Mel under the bus with Melnika. So you got time, boy. Then Tisha gives Martell this very rehearsed bullshit interview, okay? She said, Marceau really liked the two of you working together, but I didn't. If you remember when you guys were partners, Skolt was in the negative, but when I bought it, it became a multi-million-dollar company. And Martell actually sat there and let Tisha have her moment. And then she told him that she didn't appreciate him saying the 20 women comment. And quiet as kept, Martell is still making those comments. He said it just a couple of months ago, but he let Tisha have her moment with that too. In confessional, Tisha said, Martell had a lot going on. He got caught cheating and he was hurting. He just wasn't himself. And I hope Marceau was proud of her because she really got them lines out exactly the way he told her to. In the next scene, the three musketeers meet up, Marceau, Maurice, and Martell, and they are having fun just like old times. Louis ends up joining them a couple of minutes after, and then Martell starts talking to them about co-parenting. And it's all BS if you want to get right down to it. Then Marceau asks Martell if he's dating again because he doesn't want an unhooked Martell anywhere near his wife. And he even made a joke about being able to recognize Martell's back in a picture. Marceau goes on to say that he's happy Martell and Tisha had a good meeting and how he's looking forward to them being partners again. However, there need to be some ground rules this time. Basically, he says to Martell that if you get caught cheating or doing anything else out there, you can't go throwing me and Maurice under the bus because me and Maurice aren't even capable of doing anything. But before he can get the words out of his mouth, Martell said, wait a minute, both of you, everybody here is very capable. And then Marceau had to change his tune. Like, yeah, I understand that, but what I'm saying is we need rules. We need rules. We can't just have you going off willy-nilly anytime you get your feelings hurt or anytime you get found out. I'm paraphrasing here because y'all know Marceau likes to double talk. But this is what they were talking about. But Martell doesn't like it when Marceau or Maurice try to make it seem like he was the only one, okay? He is damn sure going to take both of them down with him. And that's when Maurice jumps in it trying to reel Martel in. In confessional, Marceau says that Martel has a dark side. So why would you want to go back into business with a man who has a dark side? Especially when you know what he's capable of. And when your wife was asking you to validate her, you said he was a good guy. Bottom line is, Martel, Marceau, and Maurice have some deep secrets, okay? Too deep to walk away from each other. Then Martel asks about the Coke bottle picture and what the intentions were against Miss Van. Then all four of these men hens with cheating rumors as long as the Earth's axis decided to keep the rumors going about Van and the other brother, saying that Van was in love and even helped pay child support. In the last scene, Destiny is at her store opening. Melnika and Martel greet her. Then the Scotts showed up a little bit after that. Wanda is outside setting up her little food tent. Then Martel asks Destiny if she invited Mel. Destiny looks at Melnika and says she's right there. Martel clarifies Melody. And then Destiny makes a face. And then she started talking about the color of the cabinets. Then Destiny's face cracked and smoke started coming out of her ears when she saw this gold foil G-Wagon pull up, okay? Melody has arrived, y'all. And that's how the scene ends. So you guys talk to me in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about this episode. Like the video, subscribe to my channel, hit your notification bell, and I will check you all on the next one.